Oh, fellas.
Hola.
Ready to do this? Let's do it.
Let's do this.
Hello. Welcome to another episode of Carvers Creators, a weekly demonstration and discussion with sculptors, carvers, and multi-talented artists from around the world. If you're a fan of the show and you like what we do, make sure you give us a like and a follow in the comments section. Also, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. Let's meet the artists, shall we?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Well,
that's not good.
That's Matt.
Wait, this is great news because guess who's joining us? It's Mr. Ted himself. Hey, he's coming in on the bottom here, or maybe the spinning wheel. Let it spin. Here we go.
Oh, I want to give him a great introduction. I want to see get in here. All right, let's roll with this. Right, we're live, people. We'll do it live.
You know now you know what he looks like when that spinning thing stops.
Right,
do it live.
Just replace the spinny thing with the face over there.
Exactly.
He's a legendary creature effects fabricator and monster maker. It's the foam fabber, or as we like to call him, the spinning wheel at the bottom. Ted Haynes.
Hello, Ted. Good to spin you. And whatever.
Hi, Ted.
We'll see him in a minute.
In a minute, he'll be there. Next up, he's an artist and sculptor above my head and a finalist on Halloween Wars. It's Mr. Matt Hopper. Hello, Matty.
Hello. How are you? Good to see you. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. My name's Paul Dever. I'm an artist and sculptor from Boston, Massachusetts. And joining us tonight is a world-renowned fine artist and illustrator and sculptor, I think.
A little bit of sculpting.
A little bit of everything. Jack of all trades.
There we go.
Let's just say he's one of the best fine artists and illustrators I've ever seen. His amazing work can be seen on the covers of publications like Famous Monsters, Game Fan, Mad Magazine, just to name a few. If I went on and on about the things that you've done, it would just be me talking. So without further ado, tonight we're hanging with Terry Wolfinger.
Hey, there he is.
Thank you, guys.
Once again. Oh my God, this is great.
Man, he's back. We didn't scare him off, man.
No.
No.
We got to repeat. I love it.
Well, thanks for joining us. It's always great to see you.
Thanks for having me. Yeah,
very
happy to be here.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Well, as the show, I don't know if you remember. So it's just about a year ago now. I was just looking it up. So it's almost not exactly, but pretty close to a year ago that you were on last season. So see that? There's a tingling in the air. It's like we got to have Terry on.
Before Monster Palooza every year, it's like we got to get him on.
That's right.
That's what it is. That's what we're gearing up.
Mm-hmm.
So if you remember, we take a carving challenge every week, and whatever the wheel says we do, we have to do. We don't agree with it most of the time, but we do it. So last week's was an annoyed old Western character.
Right.
Like you do. Matt, you banged this one out rather quickly, too.
Oh,
like
tell me that. I mean, when you and I got off the phone, or after we did a little pre-call yesterday, I think I just finished about 5 minutes ago. So I wouldn't quick.
It's great.
I was thinking old prospector meets, whatever kind of guy.
I like the chunk out of the rim of the hat.
Yeah,
so yeah, that's good, man. Did you have to use another squash to get the rim of the hat?
Yeah, I chunked it all out of the back.
Oh, wow.
And then just mashed it together. It was a kind of an engineering feat because you can kind of see the lines, kind of where the little curl or where the bullet wound out of the hat is. There's a little diagonal line there. Anyway, I can see it, but anyway,
I can't see it. You're always, the artist is always the hardest person on himself, right? You made it. You hate it.
Well, okay. So Terry, a lot of times when we need filler, meaning like I can't make these two pieces meet, I'll take a piece and just shave really, really fine little pieces, and use it as almost like putty. And so I think there's a little bit of that on his rim right now. And if you see it a day later, it's just all this dried out garbage. But for the picture, that's all I needed.
That's all you need. It's just about that one picture. Mine goes. It makes a thud in the bottom of my barrel half the time.
Yeah.
Boom. Done.
And then do you just throw it in a pot and cook it that night, or?
It's funny because it depends on I never eat it, which is probably.
I eat it while I'm doing it though. Like
I do that. Yeah.
Right.
My dogs come by and they eat. There's like nothing on the floor. They just eat every little bit of the shaving. So somebody's eating it. But,
we have chickens. Most of the time I'll give it to the chickens.
No, he's great. I like a half closed eye on the.
Yeah.
He's what is he, annoyed, right? Annoyed.
Yeah.
He's like.
I was like.
Well, Well, speaking of that, like Paul, this is one of my favorites of yours. Like,
Oh, thank you.
this one like rocketed to the top. It's such a cool design.
Yeah.
This was a rebound sculpt. After the week before, I was so
Yeah.
unhappy. Every now and again, I do one that's just like, I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did wrong, or I don't know if I can do it right anymore. Like I can't figure it out. So I just took my time on this one, and there's a lot of balancing going on. Like you said, there was a lot of construction, Maddie.
Yeah.
To get it to just a balance, number one. But that's I think 3 squashes.
Is it 3? Okay, I was going to ask you about the hat, the brim on this hat.
The brim is the bottom of a large squash.
Okay.
Because I want, if you cut off the bottom and you have the seed cavity, I knew I'd have that angle. So I literally just used that entire squash and then just chucked it to the chickens. I just took the bottom of it.
Wow.
And then I had a tall one that I knew was solid for the hat.
Okay.
And then the one that I started with, which was whatever we start with. So I just kind of tried to find other squashes that fit the shape.
That works so well. And I think, and this is like a nuanced thing, but the fact you put in a neck and you have that collar in there, it brings it to life. It's so much more than just being the static head that I had. So this one was just excellent. I mean, it's like, the expression, like you nailed it. And you were getting you weren't all that happy about doing Old West, I have to say, but look at that. You killed it.
Yeah, no, I was laughing because the neck started out just because it was doing this. Poop. Like it wouldn't balance, and I couldn't do anything. I could have stacked it with pillows on the side and it was falling over. So it started off as just a base, and then I'm like, well, I can't leave it as a base. Now he has to have a collar. Well, I might as well carve the neck. And so the thing started getting smaller and smaller. So I had to keep putting in like dowels and everything in the back that were sticking like tripods to kind of keep the balance. And so that was one picture, and then out the door.
Yeah,
that thing couldn't balance, and it weighed about 6 pounds. Hose.
We get another big fan of yours. That was a great one.
Thank you, Christina. Nice to see you.
And then Ted disappear. He said he also mentioned this. He's like, just please don't be naked when you show up. Thank you, Johnny. We all agree with you there. But speaking of Ted, thank you for that segue to Johnny. I have a couple of shots of his. It didn't make the actual deck, but I can just do this. I can put it in like that.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, because Ted's been working in foam because he is the foam fabber. So every now and again, Ted will jump in with a squash, but he is the man of foam, and he's been working on these couple for a while now, and they look fantastic. He finally finished 2 of them, right? So.
And he's got this amazing. Again, this is foam, so it's like floating looking, but. This was I can't remember the exact expression, but this was some aquatic thing we had to do, and then he had this one as well, which is just ridiculously cool.
So cool. Again, all foam. It just does it out of foam.
It's just like, what the hell's happening here? How does he do that anyway?
Unbelievable. Well, just to give everybody an update, Ted is trying to get in. He's got some serious wind. He's dealing with internet connections. He's got that Windows 95 and that what's the other American AOL dial-up? Well, he's trying to get on. He'll come on eventually.
Yeah, we'll get him on.
Now that we've gone over our last week's sculpts, it is now time for the 4th member of Carvers and Creator. The reason that Matt and I will go in about 30 seconds, and it is because of the wheel.
On me. Let's put it on that.
That thing, the center spinner. The hell on earth, as we call it. And I put some really good choices on tonight to make sure that I'm not happy about it.
Good. Let's see what you got.
Let's see what it is. Oh, look at that. The wheel, everybody. Okay, so tonight's choices. So, Terry, we're going to spin it twice. The first time we spin it will be the character. The second time will be the emotion or attribute we have to carve onto the first spin.
All right.
Tonight's choices, kids. We have skull, split face.
Oh, no.
So, got to have a dual faces tied in. Guest choice, so I have one ready. World of Henson. Something that could jump out of the world of Jim Henson. Giant Viking from outer space, classic. Baby, bug, and goblin.
Baby. Wait a minute. A baby, a bug. A baby? Bug. Why would you do that? The baby.
Red bug's blood, blue bug's blood. Rubber baby buggy bumpers.
Oh, good Lord.
Baby bug, yeah.
I don't like 80% of those.
Please,
Wow.
man, a guest choice, please.
Oh man. All right. So, well, now the second choice, the second spin will be giddy, terrified, exhausted, distinguished, guest choice once again, crazy, jolly, excited, furious, or sad.
Okay.
Well, you know, I made my bed. It's time to spin it.
I got to stretch.
Do it.
Guest choice.
Look at that.
Woohoo! It's
You
not a
know,
bug. Hooray!
You can pick something on the wheel, or something from
anything you
your mind, whatever you want.
But don't pick until you see the emotion. Sometimes that helps clear the fog.
Oh, there we go. Let's try that.
Oh, so I get to pick both?
Well, we'll see what the.
Oh,
We'll see what
I
the
see. I
emotion
gotcha.
is.
Terrified.
Terrified.
Whatever Terry wants, terrified.
Let's go with terrified Viking.
Oh,
Oh.
on.
Some of my
Christina.
heritage.
Christina wins here. She's rooting for the Viking card.
Oh,
yeah.
there we go. We got a fan.
All right.
All right, Christina, you better be taking the challenge.
Oh, nuts.
Pretty
Terrified
challenging.
Viking. Okay, I'm going to type that into the. Okay, now she's happy. And we got another one. Okay. Thanks, guys. All right, let's put that into the thing. A terrified.
Valhalla. We ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Squash.
Well,
hollow.
the tough part,
Squash holla.
as soon as I put it in the chat, then it's committed, right?
All right.
I'm just staring at shapes of squash, and
I mean,
I'll figure it out. I think
You got to do the
we'll
horn.
see. I got one that can be terrified. No, I don't. Damn it. Do I? Yes, I do. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. That's how you know it's a challenge.
Yeah.
Trying to figure it out.
And by the way, so we got Christine's going to go grab one too, so she's going to jump in. I like it. I like it.
Everybody should take the challenge.
Every week. Just hey, look, we're the ones who do it on purpose. You guys better do it too. You only get better because of it.
It's like that. It's like a self-hurting thing. Like
Flagellation.
I feel like that's why people get tattoos like over and over again. They just like to stick it to themselves.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, and this brings up a good thing right now, because at this point in the show, we should probably go around and see what we're drinking, because I'm gonna need to have a drink.
Yeah, after what? Yeah, we just decided. Thanks. Okay. Who wants to start? Paul, you want to start?
Sure, I'll start. I'm going back to Branch Blade Brewing in Keene, New Hampshire, because I had this a couple weeks ago, and it was a different version of this sour ale. And this is another I Just Want to Be Pure, but this is a pina colada sour ale.
Wow.
All right. And
Okay.
before you judge, it is tasty. And a couple weeks ago, I had the Mai Tai sour ale, which was just as tasty.
Okay. All right.
I'm a fan. I'm going to bring you one. I'm going to bring you one.
Well, I'll see you in April this coming month, and we'll share one together. I like it.
I might actually just pay for a bag, but bring a cooler and just fill it with beer and put it on the
Line the
bag.
liquids out. Yeah, exactly.
That's all. What do
Okay.
you got, man?
I'm having. So I got a little bit of a double dip here. I got Papago Orange Blossom wheat
Oh, those are
beer,
good.
which are very good, and they're made here in beautiful Arizona somewhere. I think Phoenix or something. And I have a backup. I have a Matt Harper special, the
Oh, nice.
Jack and Coke, but I'm drinking it out of a U of A glass because they're playing right now in the Sweet 16, and so I got to cheer them on. Even though I'm not watching, I'll be tasting one with them. So I'm sure they won't be drinking during the game, but after when they win. Okay.
Nice.
Terry, how about you, brother? What are you having?
I am drinking a cab.
Ooh.
Oh, clink.
Got a little dragonfly on the glass from the Pulcella winery.
Wow. Okay.
Is that
All
a
right.
California wine? What are we? Oh, California's big on wine.
What's that?
Is it a California wine?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Drinking local.
Yeah.
It's hard not to drink California wine, I think, but
Right. I mean, they make so much of it. Well,
Okay.
fantastic. Well, gentlemen, cheers. Cheers.
Toast.
Cheers to Terry coming back.
Thank you.
Here's a good luck cheers, so we can maybe get Ted in here.
There we
Yeah. Here's to Ted.
go.
And cheers to everybody home watching. in taking this challenge of a terrified Viking.
And speaking of the challenge, we have a question here. We have till Wednesday of next week. You have till the next show. Exactly. So you post it, tag it, all that good stuff, but we'd love to see it. That'd be outstanding. And then we've got love the dragonfly glass. We got big clapping going on. All right. Okay. So we're golden. We are golden. We can start talking a little bit more about our guests finally.
I know. It takes it's a lot of logistics that go into the show. People don't understand.
I'll say. So this is, I think I saw this at Monsterpalooza last year.
Oh yeah.
When this picture was taken, but I know you had one of these, and I was like, right. I think I might have either walked by it and drooled, and then saw the sold sign on it, and I'm like, oh crap.
Actually, that one is not sold yet.
Oh, it isn't. Okay.
Well.
Well, looky. I love that.
It's actually pronounced unsold.
Yes. I have that hanging in my dining room right now.
Oh, nice.
All right, so you might want to drag it back down with you because I'm a big fan of that one.
All right.
Do you ever paint something and then kind of get attached to it where you don't want to sell it?
A lot. Yes.
Imagine.
You have so much. We're going to go through a body. I mean, we'll call it a teaser of Terry's stuff because there's so much to look at. But yeah, I would imagine you would. Have you ever done that where you just paint something for someone and just kept it and done another one for them?
No, you can have a print.
No. But yeah, most of the times I'm able to make prints too, even if it's a commission. But
okay.
But yeah, there was a commission I did recently. I kind of fell in love with it, but it was for someone's wife who he wanted to make her look like Furiosa from Fury Road.
Oh my God, that's perfect. Okay.
So, yeah, Mad Max is my wheelhouse. Yeah. But I just love how the painting came out. But it's just like, oh my God, I love this so much. It's like, well.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I guess you can't keep them all. It's a nice part about carving squash, Paul, and I can't keep any of them. So
no,
right.
Yeah, they have to go away.
Now the problem is, now that we're scanning them, I can 3D print them, and everywhere I look is little magnets and little test size sculpture of everything. So I'm kind of getting to that point. I got to stop scanning things because they're all starting to add up.
You're going to have a lot of stuff.
Right.
I forgot to scan my last one. Damn it. That one's now in the garbage bin of history.
Tisk. Now, how did this one come about? Obviously, it's a play on the original.
Right. I did the original where he's got the daisy in his hand, looking kind of forlorn, and so I'll do sales throughout the year, and I'll go into my archives. I'm like, okay, what would be a good, like I'll do a summer sale. Like, okay, who would be fun to do like a funny thing to, like, so I pulled out the Frankenstein because I just recently did it. And like, okay, I'll just put him in a new background. Okay, let's put him on the beach. Like, and the hand was perfect. So like, I'm like, okay, take out the flower, give him a Mai Tai. Like, and I'm like, and then added the Ray-Bans and and it was
even the way you manipulated the mouth, so he's
right
taking that sip.
A little liquefied to make the lip kind of sucking on the straw there. Slight smile.
So it was just as sort of a I got a sale going on, let's do something cool.
Yeah, because I used to do the like stuff that looks like an ad. Hey, Wolfinger at bigcartel.com is having a sale, and here's all the info. And then I noticed that people would kind of not click the like because you get enough ads a day on Instagram.
Sure.
So I'm like, okay, well, I'll promote my sale this way with a new piece of art, but not something brand new painted. But yeah, I've done a few of these that are fun. I've done some 4th of July ones that are pretty good. I think I did a President's Day one. Maybe I got that wrong, but
Well, I've seen you do the presidents as
Yeah.
monsters. That's pretty great.
Oh, right. The presidential monsters. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, those are fun.
Do you ever look? Does a painting ever come up and you're like, I completely forgot I did this?
It is starting to happen. You like this print? No, this mission, I think. Yeah.
So
I love Alice Cooper though.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah.
right?
I mean, what a fun character's face to
Yeah.
He's always got that crazy look.
I got to meet him years back, early on in my career. Like, I think I was like 23, 24, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah, it was during the Feed My Frankenstein tour. I was an animator first before I became a illustrator, and I was working at this effects company. They had this kind of new thing that like a laser animation system that I was doing some special effects to some animation that I had already done. And then Alice Cooper came in and he was looking at the same facility to do, I guess, some effects for his show or something. So, I happened to be working on this machine and they wanted to show Alice how it worked. And I was like, oh, this is Terry Wolfinger, isn't it? I'm like, oh, hi, Alice, Mr. Cooper. He's like, hey, Terry, how's it going? And so I showed him what I was working on. He's like, oh, wow, that's really cool. And he starts talking about, like, this would be great for this part of the show. And this, I'm like, oh man, this is cool. So, and then in all my excitement, I didn't save what I was working on, and I went to play it back, and I played him. Then because I didn't save it, like it just went away. I was like, oh yeah, got to do this all again.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So what drove you from animation into illustration, right? Because your whole plan was to be an animator, right?
Pretty much, yeah. I got into this kooky kind of gig right out of college. My last semester at college, I was doing animation my senior year for this company called Hard and Heavy.
That's right. We watched it I think last time we watched it.
Have I talked about this already? Oh, sorry.
No. Rehash it because it's all coming back to me, and I love this.
Long story short, this is 80, 89, I think. So it's like before the internet. It was called a video magazine, and so you'd get a videotape every 2 months. And it would be packed full of interviews with your favorite band, uncensored interviews, uncensored videos, and then in between that, there was these little interstitial bumpers that would lead to the next segment. And so that's what I was doing. And they had a little a mascot character that was this little headbanger that just was blood and guts, sex and violence.
Yeah, it was awesome.
This was the MTV thing.
No, it wasn't shown on MTV, but it was during that era. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
You can still find it on YouTube though.
Yeah.
If you search my name and Hard and Heavy cartoons, there's a few things that pop up.
I highly suggest doing it. They're great.
But
takes you back.
Their logo is lewd, crude, and rude. So so it kind of sums up what the subject matter was.
Yeah.
But basically they were, I did that for a few years after college, and then they kind of ran out of money, and then I started looking around for more animation work, but my portfolio stuff was very lewd, crude, and rude. So Disney was like, haha, no, thank you. So I got a few gigs. I actually did land a gig as an animator on Frosty Returns. The sequel, Frosty the Snowman. He's one of the animators on that. So
That's
so
a cool gig, though. Now,
But-
when everything went computer, was there a time where you were like, I need to learn how to do this, or do you already made up your mind that that wasn't going to be how it was?
I didn't really want to do the computer animation. There was a bunch of guys in my class that actually went on and helped form Pixar.
Oh, wow.
So there was a couple guys that were like, no, this is the future. And I was like, okay.
Yes.
Very rudimentary stuff, but yeah, then, Toy Story came out a few years later, and it was like, holy shit.
Yeah, right.
Well, Terry, I think you and I talked because you live up by your school.
Yeah, I'm still close to Santa Clarita. Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter's a sophomore up there and loving every minute. Yeah, loving every minute. And I think the beauty of that school is just hearing her talk about it is just that kind of fertile ground for anything and everything when it comes to, the creative mind is just like overflowing there at the
Yes, for sure. No, that was a great experience being at CalArts. I mean, yeah, it was amazing.
Have you ever taught there? Taught any workshops or courses?
Several years back, I mean, it's probably going on 20 years back, I looked into maybe teaching a Photoshop class, but then the director of the department actually ended up quitting, and she was the one I was contacted, or had contacted. So it just kind of went away, and then I got busy again. So it's like, well,
yeah. Like I think we have a picture later in here from one of your pictures you did of a Pee-wee and Large Marge.
Yes.
And one of the things that is kind of full circle for me was I looked at that, and Edie, my daughter, has a class with Stephen Kyoto, who was one of the Kyoto brothers, who did the animation for that sequence. If you remember in the movie, there's the sequence where she says, and it looked like this, and then it's
right. Oh, of course.
So he did that, and then there was another one that was the dinosaurs, the claymation kind of dinosaurs in that movie.
Oh yeah.
And now my daughter's like taking that. It's like, oh wow, what a small world, taking his class, and it's just so cool to have that.
Paul Rubens went to CalArts, and so did Tim Burton. So
that's right.
Yeah, it's hallowed ground for sure.
Yeah, very cool.
And so this Beetlejuice picture that I painted, the thing that I added to it was like, in the photo, he's not looking at the viewer, my reference photo. So I actually painstakingly had to change it so he's looking at you, which is tricky to do sometimes when that's not the case, making them look at you when they're actually not. So anyway,
I love the lighting. Like I think of Ryan Brown, Paul, like the ability, he does a lot of comic book stuff, but it's so good. It's just the lighting. The lighting of this is crazy cool.
I can't wrap my simple brain around it. I try from time to time to paint, and then I give up after like 25 minutes because it's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I think I do, but I don't. It's the ability like this. Here's a great example of light.
And they're all the different places the light's coming from, let alone from the side, but just like the glow. Anyway,
and the different hue and intensity, and
wow.
I mean, that's what I love about doing the classic monster stuff, because most of the reference photos are black and white, because that's what it was back then. So and so that's the challenge I've always loved, like, is putting my own light scheme, or color scheme and lighting scheme, like. And a lot of times I'll try to, I'll try to change the lighting a little bit. Like a lot of my stuff is backlit where it wasn't in the photo, So adding rim lights and backlights, and I don't know. I just think it's fun.
Yeah. you can take carte blanche on it, and everyone still knows exactly what you're doing, and it's modern. It's like the new
right, and it's it's makes it uniquely mine too. It's not just I painted this photo verbatim, black and white.
Right.
Little Christine action.
Christine, yeah, one of my faves. Being a car guy too.
being with it so organic in the faces you do. I mean, did you find it difficult to do a vehicle? Because I always struggle with doing anything like a rigid lines, like actually trying to get it. Was that hard at all?
No, I mean, I grew up drawing cars as a kid, so I love cars too.
Okay.
But yeah, every now and then, you'll get a wiggly line that's supposed to be straight. Or it's like,
Yeah.
Then you just get out a ruler or whatever,
There you go. That's
straight edge of some sort or a curve.
That's why the Cybertruck is be about something I could draw.
There you go.
Keep it simple.
So I've seen some pictures on your Instagram of a hot rod. Is that your car?
Oh, the black one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I recently picked that up. Yeah, it's been a project that's been ongoing for several years. It's been up at a shop in a place near Seattle, Washington.
Oh wow.
That specializes in doing restoration of movie cars, and they're called Mad Max cars. So, and being a Mad Max fan, I've always loved that car. Like I said, I started that project a long time ago. I found the car, had it shipped over to these guys, and then they did all the custom body work and engine work and paint and film accurate detailing.
Oh really? It's going to be a complete replica, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
From Mad Max 1. Yeah. So yeah, I have it now. It's in my garage now.
Is it a daily driver?
What kind of
daily driver? No.
That's what brand is that? Because remember that was a not an Australian car, but a European car, right?
No, it was an Australian car. It's
car.
Australian-made Ford Falcon.
Okay, that's right.
1975 XB coupe. So yeah, I should have my head examined for wanting to make one because there's been so many challenges finding parts.
Oh my gosh.
Getting them shipped from Australia, and but it's finally done, and it's beautiful, and it's fun, and it's fast, and it's loud, and
that's
everything you want.
And I am driving it quite frequently right now, but yeah, it probably gets about 5 miles to the gallon. So
does it have all the switches and everything like the movie? I mean, I'm assuming
it's
correct.
It's got the intercom. You can, hey, you turkeys. It's got the siren if I want to have it in there.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Intercom, the whalers, everything.
Wow.
It's got the blower.
Oh yeah.
So the blower.
Typical California car is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So it's got a lot of horses, similar to the movie that you painted this certain character from. Had a lot of horses in it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
Mr. Holiday.
They did have a few horses in that one.
Best character in that film too, by the way,
by far,
by a landslide.
He's got tuberculosis.
He steals every scene. Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm your Huckleberry.
Yeah. I beg to differ, sir. We started a game we never finished.
Yeah.
Johnny Ringo.
Yeah. It was like a devil just walked over your grave. Could do this all day.
Oh my God. I know, right? And so to go back to the classic monsters, this is really, I mean, to see your booth at Monster Palooza is like, it's like looking at a mini art gallery. Like you just stand there in awe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of how I, before I even did my first show there, I was like, well, how do I want to show my work? I just wanted to have a, yes, that's an oil paint.
Yeah.
So I'd get as many large paintings as I could. Sometimes it's just canvas prints of paintings, but last few years I've been bringing originals with me too. This was one of them. this was the first Dracula I did, during the pandemic. I just was painting.
Mhm.
I was scheduled to have my own show at the Val Kilmer Gallery,
Oh, nice.
Wow.
and I was painting away, and then the pandemic hit, and then the show didn't happen. We're like, well, we'll do it. We'll do it next year, because we were going to do an October show. And then next year came around, and then the second wave of everything happened again. So it was just like, we're not doing it again. And it looked like it wasn't going to be happening. I think I think that gallery is still kind of indeterminately closed for now.
Oh man.
So that sucked, but I'm like, well, I'll just take these to Monsterpalooza. So I took a bunch of my oils and sold most of them, and so
good.
Well, that worked out.
Yeah. So that Dracula was really popular. Someone bought that at the show, and then someone commissioned me to do a version of it, and so I did another version of it. And this was the Valentine's Day Gary Oldman Dracula. I the little heart-shaped glasses on him.
Yeah.
So my Valentine's Day sale.
Now, on something like this, it has to be digital, right, for you to make these kind of changes.
Yeah.
And for you to make these changes, do you have to compartmentalize everything in layers so that you can go back and make these changes, or do you just erase it and repaint it?
I just erase it and repaint it.
Wow.
I mean, my day job for like 10 years was a digital illustrator, so like it's very second nature.
Second nature.
It's awesome.
Second nature. But yeah, so half my stuff, I still do quite a bit of digital painting, but my fine art stuff's about half and half. Try to do more oils lately. I've been doing a lot of inks and watercolors and ink washes and stuff like that.
Is it primarily commissions, Terry, or is it stuff that, like, top of your head, I have this, I got to get it out?
There's been some pieces that I've wanted to get out. I think you had the you did the Jack and David from American Werewolf. I think you showed
Yes.
a minute ago.
Yeah.
Where they're sitting in the slaughtered land.
Bring that back up, Betty.
Yeah, I will.
Oh, that's fine.
I love that.
But it's a great one. I think we went too fast past it. It certainly was. And the wolf.
Because I mean, there's the Road Warrior, and then there's American Werewolf in London. Those are like my two definitely top 5 favorite movies.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't know. I love that movie, and I just wanted to that'd be fun to show the reaction of it's right after they go, "What's the star on that wall for?"
Yeah.
You made me miss.
You made me miss, and the place goes quiet, and they're like, "Oh shit!" So I tried to capture that moment, which that was kind of fun.
You can't let them leave.
Yeah. Then it's murder.
I have the Kessler. I have a framed Kessler Wolf print of yours on
nice.
My barroom area.
Yeah,
you love it.
Me miss. Oh, I showed because I did a piece of art with that guy going, "You made me miss" too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's somewhere on my site.
Oh my god!
See if I can find
it. That.
See, now that is a great one for a fan, because nobody is going to get that doesn't understand that movie.
Yeah, unless you really know the movie, you're
I posted that, and then I was chatting with Rick Baker, and he saw that one with the "You Made Me Miss" guy, and he's like, when we were on the set, I think it was The Wolfman. That actor was in there. I think that's the right movie, but he's the "You Made Me Miss" actor was there on the set, and so all his guys were going up like, "Can you do the line for my
do the line, yeah,
for my answering machine kind of thing?" Like, yeah, if I was there, I'd probably do that to him too.
You made me miss a call.
Yeah. But
Leave
yeah,
a message. You made me miss. Yeah.
but yeah, Dracula was always my favorite growing up. Universal monsters like Bela Lugosi Dracula was my favorite.
Oh yeah, by far.
I dressed up. Oh, there you go. I love that movie as a kid too. So this wasn't a commission, but someone had recommended, like, "Hey, you ever going to do The Fly?" I'm like, I thought of that over the years. I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I think I drew this on like New Year's Eve. I was just away with my family at a little Airbnb and visiting my folks and stuff, and so I had some time to kill. So I sketched it out.
That's awesome.
And took it back home and painted it.
It's an amazing paint too. I mean, it's got such a metallic shimmer on that eye.
Oh, thanks. This was actually digitally painted.
Still got to be painted. I'll tell you what. I can't digitally paint either.
But I try to approach my paintings, digital or traditional media, in the same way.
Okay.
I don't just do fills, and it's all done with a brush. It's a electronic brush, but it's still brush strokes from my hand.
Wouldn't that like disrupt your process though, if you were doing different, like to fill an area rather than do it with the same approach?
Yes, it would.
Yeah.
Like my some of my early stages of digital painting, it looks like I'm doing an underpainting on a canvas, because that's how I like to paint. That way. So, and then I slowly build up the layers like you would with a traditional media painting.
So good.
Freddy, yeah, I love that one. Oh,
this movie is so underrated. Well, I don't think it's underrated. You got to go back and watch Gangs of New York.
His role.
That role.
His role is unbelievable.
Oh,
yeah, no, he's phenomenal. Yeah, I think this was a commission too, but most of the people that ask for commissions have pretty good taste, so I'm lucky.
That's good.
Do you ever turn down a commission if the subject is kind of like, why would I do that?
I've got a couple where I'm like, no, that's a little too much.
Can you do SpongeBob? No.
Can you make me a centaur?
Yeah, right. I'd be like, maybe.
My favorite movie is Human Centipede. Can you just make
Can I be the middle centipede? The middle pede.
I just want to be waving.
I want to be the middle centipede. Like, no.
No, you won't.
No, but I'll give you a deal if you let me make you the tail end.
And I digress. I apologize.
And we come off the rails.
That's
amazing. I love this one.
Baker, yeah, that character of his was brilliant.
Just colored pencil?
Colored ballpoint pens.
Wow.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's here's my little set right here. I'm missing my black, but
that's it.
Okay.
Right?
Oh yeah.
So grab a color, like, okay, I need a cool temperature. Okay, I need a warm, or I need something dark. I need something bright. So that's kind of how I got it.
See that, kids? That's all it takes to make something as beautiful as that, is just a small set of pens.
I mean, it's just practice,
A little bit of practice. A little bit.
But flesh tones, it's not just flesh tone. It's all temperature based,
Yeah.
You're gonna have reds in there.
The light hits it.
You're gonna have purples and yellows, and
And the fun part about doing wrinkles, Paul and I love sculpting wrinkles, but the fun part about drawing them is just like you just they have to work, but at the same time, you just see it's so much fun.
Yeah, painting wrinkles and folds is fun. It's almost meditative,
Yes.
Like that forehead, I could carve that for a week, just getting all those little nuggets in there.
And this was like my third attempt, I think, at drawing this guy, because
Really,
I mean, it seems like just like a real living thing, just because the sculpt and the process he used to make this character was so amazing. But I was like, I'm used to drawing real faces, and I'm like, this isn't looking right. It's like, oh, that's because his ears are way farther back, and his top of his head is obviously crazy. Yeah. So it took some process to get this guy looking better.
Well, it's nailed.
Yeah, you figured it out.
Oh, here's an old one.
I love. Is this a Valentine's Day one? I'm assuming another one.
Yeah, this was for a show. This is kind of before I started doing the Monster Paloozas, but this was one of the ones that kind of put me on that path. I started doing like, shows, asking coffee shops if I could put my work up, and I had a job. I was working at an ad agency as an illustrator, but my love was art.
Yeah.
And then a friend knew a friend that had a gallery up in San Francisco that was doing little pop-up shows, and there was one called Dark Valentine coming up. So
okay.
So I did Hitchcock here, and I thought, how funny would it be if he's got the Be Mine, the big candy box. And then the documentary came out about him where he, that was kind of his MO. Anyway, but and I think I did the Poe and maybe Vincent Price in the same show. And
Okay.
Like
I think
all three of them sold.
Yeah, sorry. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. And
Okay.
and so they all sold like
15. Okay.
they sold within the first 15 minutes of the show, and
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
I brought a stack of prints with me, and there you go.
Same time, around the same time.
Yeah. So
Well,
I
I
was
think
doing a big Halloween show right before my first Monster Palooza, I think, at a coffee shop, and so I was like, I like hot rods too. So I was just kind of experimenting to see what would be kind of popular.
Yeah.
I had a zombie guy driving a hot rod too.
Yeah. Who doesn't want to see that? I mean, it's like your version of Rat Fink, You guys,
Kind of, yeah. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
So cool.
I swear there's a photograph. If you blink, you're like, wait a minute.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I have a giant painting of this still downstairs in oil on panel. It's maybe 4 foot by 3 foot or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw the trailer for this movie, Joker. Saw the trailer. The movie wasn't out yet. I'm like, oh my God, this looks amazing. Watched it, and then did a little screen cap off my computer and just painted this up. Yeah.
So this was before the movie even came out.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I was rolling the dice that the movie would be good, which it was. So yeah, it was really popular. And then it's one of those things where it's like you were saying earlier, like, this was something I'm like, I gotta paint this.
Yeah, just in you.
Yeah. And I've since kind of met the makeup artist who designed the makeup for this.
Oh wow.
Nice.
For Joaquin. Yeah. So like just by posting it on
what's his name?
Joaquin Phoenix?
No, the makeup?
Oh, it's a she, Nikki shoot.
Oh yeah.
Her name. Okay.
I know who you're thinking, Matt. You're thinking of John Caglione.
Yeah, he did
that was Heath Ledger's version.
Oh, you're right. Okay. It's all a big blur. We had John Caglione who did Heath Ledger's Joker, which is a different person and therefore not the same. Okay.
It's an embarrassment of riches. I got to be honest. We have some talented people on the show that we just.
By the way, speaking of embarrassment of riches, look at this. Look at that.
What?
Hey,
he made it
from the
I'd like to
depths
make an
of
appearance.
hell.
from the top rope.
Better late than never. We'll see you guys later.
Well,
it was.
We're sorry you had so many issues, but we still got time to hang out with you. We couldn't. Yeah. We're glad you're here.
Sorry I'm late, guys. It's just the weather here is bananas and it's been windy and no internet like all day long. Hey Terry, good to see you.
How's it going, man?
Good.
Before I forget, it was Nikki Lederman designed the makeup for Joaquin.
Oh wow, okay.
Yep.
She's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, for this beautiful. Yeah, okay.
We'll have to have her on the show.
Ted, you're gonna have to watch the show because you're missing a lot. But
I gotta go, guys. That was fun.
Yeah. See you guys.
See ya. Oh wait,
Well,
show you.
Look at
Since
this
I
one.
technically
look
made
at
it
that.
on,
we
I'll
have
have
that picture too. We have that.
We
picture
do have
too.
that picture.
Oh, nice.
We have the picture.
We're gonna spend some time talking about it. And I think this one, I we'll call it an embarrassment of riches. We recently had another friend on who sculpted a version of these in life-size, massive. Remember, I don't know if you recall there, Paul.
Nick
Fear of
Mara?
the Dark.
Fear of the Dark. That's Jay.
Jay. Yeah, he did like full life-size. The darkness. Mr. Guy. Anyway, they're just ridiculous.
I'll give you a little sneak peek.
Oh, you got one coming?
I wish.
I want you can order them, but I can't mortgage the house again. I mean, how many times can you do that? And the bank says finally no. You got a picture of it. All right, he's gonna.
There we go.
And this was a commissioned painting, by the way. Oil on canvas.
So
That's
good.
another one though, like with all those wrinkles and everything.
Yeah. There you go. Wow.
Yeah, that's Jay. Yeah, and I swear I was telling Jay on the show, and I would tell this to you too. It's like my all-time favorite character, and I think when I think about it, it's like creepy that I like this so much. I mean, I told this to Paul. I remember walking around in high school. In my pocket, in my wallet, I had the Time magazine, had a little tiny picture of it because the movie had just come out, Legend, and I cut it out and put it in my wallet. Like you have, you flip through, you have your children or grandchildren. Here's your wallet. Here's your license, and then I had him in a picture. So I was that kind of kid. Yeah.
You know who I found creepier than him though? That little elf. The little sprite.
Oh yeah. He was way creepy.
With that voice. I was like, Jesus, I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna ask. I don't know if you guys have touched on it since we have about 7 minutes left here in the show. But just Terry, your work is so diverse. I mean, I think everybody immediately goes to the horror films and all that, Dracula and Frankenstein and all those kind of things. But then, like something like this too that we're looking at, Michael Douglas.
Yes.
But how do you decide like when you're going to go from one totally different genre to another? It's like, you start looking at your stuff. And it's like, oh, there's Harry and the Hendersons. There's Val Kilmer from Tombstone, and stuff like that. And all of a sudden it's things that you don't quite expect from Terry Wolfinger, but all of a sudden we get something really cool, like a Val Kilmer or Harry and the Hendersons. And so how do you pick your next thing that you're going to do?
Sometimes it's just this was a commission, which I'm so happy he did commission me. It was
It's
fun.
so awesome, Terry.
It's that exact moment. Yeah.
Yes. Well, it's the moment after you've calmed down from the first 10 minutes of the video that scared the shit out of you when he starts
changed a little bit. They're not in the lobby anymore. I put them outside, but so yeah, I mean, sometimes I'll see, just a random photo will pop up from a movie. I'm like, oh yeah, I love that movie. Or I love movies. Like I love Pulp Fiction, and it's just Bruce Willis is awesome. So I, pop culture and cool stuff. The monsters is fun, and I love doing the monsters, but like there's just tons of cool stuff that I love too, Mad Max, Cars.
Just stuff that made you happy when you're watching films when you're younger or whatever. Like
if a movie like Pee Wee Herman, it's like I've always wanted to do a shot of this because I don't think you really ever see it quite like in the movie. I fudged a little bit just to, their truck is a lot bigger and they're smaller in the screen, but
when something's stylized, it's almost cooler because it's an iconic image that so you disassociate from what it actually looked like your brain can't possibly harness all that memory. This is what I remember is him looking at her as she's telling the story.
and I try to go for those moments, the memorable moments, or those emotional moments of films. And I love the Godfather movie too, and I've been thinking about, sometimes I just have ideas for a long time just going in on my head, but I'd love to do a Godfather piece at some point. Oh, this was for a show recently, Hero Complex Gallery. I think it's still up there. Yeah, Terminator, love that movie. So
Yeah, can't go wrong.
I've done a few Terminator pieces probably, but not like. Oh, here we go.
Yes.
Yeah, we should talk about this.
I sculpt. See, I sculpt.
Yes, you do.
Look at the frame, everybody. Look at that frame. Look at that amazing.
This was a commission, but yeah, my wife helped me sculpt some of the pumpkins and vines too. So she sculpts. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
talent runs in the family.
She's art director / graphic designer, and her hobby art is sculpting, and she does these amazing sculptures. So
That's a lot of talent in the Wolfinger house.
I actually have that with me here. I don't know.
Oh, nice.
Let's take a look at that. Hang on, let's get you zoomed in here.
Probably is better in the picture.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
very
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Little guys.
Are we going to see that one at Monsterpalooza?
Yes, because the client I painted this for is picking it up there.
Oh, cool.
Not if I pick it up first.
I think it might be sold. It might be sold.
I'm like, I'm sorry. Someone paid me twice as much, so here's your money back.
Yeah,
like you understand.
I'm so sorry. But
now,
he suggested the sculpted frame, and I'm like, well, he showed me. He's like, oh, look at this cool frame that this person did. I'm like, oh, I could probably do that. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. I mean, it's going to be extra, obviously. So, yeah.
What did you guys use? Epoxy sculpt?
It's a magic sculpt. Have you guys heard of that?
Yeah.
It's like an AB compound. You mix it, and then it hardens like hard as a rock.
Mm.
But you have about 20 minutes where you can sculpt with it, and
oh wow!
So you got to sculpt quick.
Yeah.
And after that, you're sculpting with a Dremel.
Yeah, right. Sandpaper and a file.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're sculpting again.
But it's weird stuff because it's like it doesn't crumble when it hardens. It's literally like a rock, like a resin hard rock.
Oh wow!
And but during the sculpting process, you can kind of soften it with water, like a paintbrush and water. So it's weird stuff.
It's smooth out, yeah. No, it's really neat stuff.
I love the homage to the Tim Burton. Yeah, there we go again.
Again,
it's such a great piece too, because the colors it takes me back to like the 1970s as a kid, on Halloween. Thanks. And it's just it feels, the decorations and things like that I remember my mom would get in the early mid 70s. And it has that classic Halloween feel, from that era.
Yeah.
So you're dealing with the Tim Burton type, the style of that, with the characters, the homage to the Nightmare Before Christmas. But then, there's all kinds of things going on there. I just love this piece.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Nailed it. Will you have prints? Will you have prints available?
I should. I'm going to double check, but it should be okay. Yeah.
Will you be 3D scanning the frame and downsizing to put said prints into?
Take it home with them. Yeah,
that might be a nice little combo right there.
Try to make a mold of the little guys. So I'll see if I have time, but I can sculpt one again.
So we're almost out of time, but we have.
No, we're not.
I don't want to be the timekeeper. Believe me, I want to just sit here for another hour. But so we have some amazing shots here. This is signed by his truly, the King of Darkness.
Yeah,
little fella by the name of Ozzy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's the Prince of fucking Darkness.
Tell us about this, because I think we
busy.
I'd love to know a little bit more about this Chainsaw Massacre pinball game.
I was approached. I think it's been a year ago already. Approached by these guys, the Spooky Pinball Company, and they said, "Hey, do you want to do a pinball machine?" And I was like, what's the theme? The Texas Chainsaw. I'm like, let me think about it. Yes. Yeah, it was like maybe about 3 solid months of just art.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And I'd never done one before. So it was a little bit of a learning curve on the play field. They sent me a template where the buttons and things were going to be, and I had to kind of figure out what art would go there.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, how did you decide? Was that were they telling you like, okay, we've got this piece, you have to design a piece of artwork that's going to fit perfectly right here? And
yeah, they had the ideas and like, okay, so there's going to be certain buttons that do this and a ramp going here, and we want to have directional things that kind of guide the player to where to aim for and things. But then some was just like, we just need art to decorate just about every inch of this play.
Yeah, of course. Did they give you a machine? That's what I want to know.
They did not. I know. They would have given me a discount. But it's like it's kind of rough stuff in here. Like, and I have a 10-year-old, and I'm like, hopefully I can pick one up at some point. They are going to give me it's called the topper. It's like the plastic thing that goes on top of the pinball machine. They're going to send me one of those. So
that's cool. Okay. That's great. Wow.
Well, you're a very busy guy. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, this magazine's coming out soon. Yeah. So I just finished up another cover for them. I can't tell you what it is.
Isn't that Sid Haig? Did he just? Yeah.
According to the publisher, he who knew Sid Haig, this was his favorite role. So
wow,
kind of like homage. Oh yeah, Gold Key came back and they approached me, and I was like,
nice.
Yes, I would love to.
Everything old is new again, right?
Yeah.
Paul, I don't get it. We don't get approached. I mean, I get maybe when I'm walking downtown, someone approaches me, but that's about.
Yeah, when you try to call Terry's phone, it just says, "Sorry, the mailbox is full."
Yeah. He's being approached right now.
Busy.
If only.
Which leads us to this.
We can finish the show with this because we can't spend a whole lot of time
to the title one, to the cover.
Yeah, I think we have
one more.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
The painted one.
So,
wow.
A big project that I'm super excited about. I have a book that is coming out that I did all the illustration for. A buddy of mine did the writing, came up with the story, wrote it, and like 99% sure. So this is the cover. It's called The Wolf and the Moon.
Cool.
It's like a dark, very dark fairy tale style book. So it's going to be a big book with like, first page text, opposite page, full illustration.
Oh, wow.
Text, illustration. So I have like about 83 illustrations in this book.
Oh my gosh.
Pen and ink, watercolor washes, and
I'll go back.
If you go back,
there we go.
So it's basically it's like on the eve of cataclysmic war and the Holocaust.
Oh my God.
And the story it takes place. Our protagonist is Dr. Sigmund Freud, but and so he's actually on his deathbed.
Okay.
He's right here. He's given his final dose of morphine, and then he goes. It induces this state of visionary horror where he must kind of confront the darkest Nazi evils that are, because it takes place, early 40s.
Yeah.
In this basically twisted mindscape, grim fairy tale, Freudian dream analysis thing. It's like some of the like I'm so proud of the work in this, and the writing is just like the story is just like crazy. I can't wait. And
Yeah.
Famous Monsters magazine is starting a book publishing division. So this is like big breaking news here. And so this is
nice.
the premier book.
Sweet.
So
Okay.
When are we going to be able to get this book?
Very
Yeah.
cool.
I'm saying 99% summer
Okay.
of this year.
Okay.
We're all the illustrations done. It's being laid out right now. It just has to be printed.
Wow.
So I think we're good. But,
Start
you know,
your
I don't want
pre-order.
to
Damn
give
it.
a hard
Start the
date.
pre-order.
What's that?
Start the pre-order.
Exactly.
We're going to your
You
site.
get 3 guys that are going to pre-order right now.
Exactly.
But you know,
Yeah.
like, so he encounters a moon fairy who's kind of guiding him through the afterlife, and he's encounters the wolves, and he's got to go through this dark forest, and he's just
Wow.
it's just so, and you know,
So what you're saying is for kids. It's a kid's book.
yes, ages 4 to 6.
All it rhymes. All it
Teletubbies
rhymes.
and myths.
Yeah.
Is there going to be pop-up? Is it a pop-up book so that the Nazis?
Yeah,
will
you
just-
pull the lever and the arm
Yeah.
come off. Yeah. Oh, look, mommy, the wolf is biting that wolf or biting that fairy. Oh.
Who are you
I love
hiding
that
from,
other-
Tommy? The Germans.
Yeah.
I love this piece here where you're seeing the character from the back with the eyes in the forest, but just the washes and it's just fantastic
Oh,
on it.
thanks.
Just the grittiness of that is just so
Yeah,
neat.
so a lot of this is, you know, just real media, inks and
Splatter.
ink washes, color, acrylic and watercolor. Yeah, so I
It's great.
was having fun. Yeah,
So good.
So good.
How long do you think before that's on somebody's back or on their calf? That photo is
Yeah.
a tattoo.
I
100%.
would love that. I would
That's somebody's
love
back right in about a week. As soon as they check it.
100%. That's such a gorgeous tattoo.
that. Yeah, here's a little. Wow, I don't know if I should show this, but
Well.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Great.
So good.
no.
Yeah. So that's somebody's back also.
There you go. It's a dark tale, but it's fun.
Looks great.
That's amazing, man. Well, I can't wait. Can't wait to see
My
it.
original pencil.
Oh, that's the
Oh, wait,
original.
hang on. Let's just jump into that.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, look there's the actual drawing.
Yeah, so I did a lot of this stuff, just real media. And so
Oh my god.
Now,
So-
Terry, are these works going to be for sale or prints of these works or?
hopefully both at some point, yes.
Just asking.
Yeah,
for Fred. Yeah.
you're asking the right guy.
Just
Yeah,
asking for a friend.
You know people. Well, I can say, and I hate to be the timekeeper again, but I can say I happily go overtime with Terry. We have another hour or two stuff we could cram in here.
You know,
but
that means we'll have to have him back.
I think
I'm
that's
okay.
the thing. I
Well,
think
there's 2 more photos. There's 2 more photos.
Oh yeah, we do have 2 more. Okay, I'm sorry. Hang on. Let's see.
2 more photos.
Oh yeah.
That's the main reason.
That's
He got
my
photo
son.
bombed by
I
going back.
went too fast. I went too fast. Okay. Sorry. And okay, let's start with this one. And then don't forget, in every photo there's a little Easter egg.
I don't know how kids do it, but they
There's
always
your
find
Easter
a way
egg.
to get in the background.
That's my
Terry,
boy.
did you know that was happening when you took this picture?
You know, I don't think I did.
That's what makes it the best.
I know he's great. I love him.
I love that.
That's so cool.
Well,
One
we're
of my
gonna see. We're
favorites.
gonna see you at Monsterpalooza. We are excited. So that's only a couple months away, and
Yeah.
pretty much right around a couple months.
I've got new puzzles coming out. I've got
Ooh.
another cover of a big comic book company coming out.
And things
I'm
you
working-
can't even imagine.
So a bunch of big stuff at the moment. So
It's
So
good
this
to
is
be
what we
Terry.
find
That's
all
all
of-
I'm going to say. It's good to be Terry.
Yeah, he's got stuff coming out. Just follow Terry.
Yes,
Right.
and check him out at
Oh.
Big Cartel too, because that's where you can find all those prints and the puzzles
true.
up there yet. I thought they were.
I mean, usually I do take commissions. All of last year was pretty much just doing commissions.
Oh wow.
But I'm probably not going to be taking too many more on right now. because of the big job I'm working on right now.
So
Well,
exciting.
you know what? That's why we have to have you on again. We can find out about that when that's ready. So believe me, we're excited as always to have you on. It's just like
Yeah.
work, and we get to see you in June. This is going to be even better.
Well, thanks, guys. That's always fun hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. It's always a
It
pleasure.
was short but sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave them wanting more, not leave them tired and bored.
Ted knows how to make an entrance.
Exactly. Late to
Sorry.
the party, but he's a star.
Hey, he made it to the party. That's all that matters.
And look, you say I
This
can't
is where,
spell.
this is where you can find us
Oh,
on
yeah.
all the socials. And
Nice.
Paul, I mean, you want to send us? Oh, hang on. I'm sorry.
I'm kidding.
I'm missing
It's
stuff.
one of those needed erasers that I just kind of doodle with.
Oh yeah.
It's just dumb.
It's awesome.
I'm a
Oh,
sculptor too.
Yeah.
That's right.
See?
I sculpt. I'll never say I paint.
Oh wait, I
God.
did start the project.
Oh, you did.
I did. I was
That's
sketching.
right. Yeah, you were sketching.
My
Oh,
nice.
Look at this.
Oh wow. How did you do that while we were? Oh my God.
Because he's Terry, man.
Mhm.
It's just what he does.
it's
Oh,
not very good, so don't.
Well,
What was the prompt, guys?
A terrified Viking.
Terrified.
Cool.
Terry chose Viking, by the way. Don't be mad at me.
No, I love it.
it'll be good. I think it'll be good when it's all
Nah,
said.
yeah. Viking's a fun one. Viking's.
I've got it written down on my desk now.
Yeah, there you
many
go.
options. Many options.
Nice.
Well, that's it for another episode of Carvers and Creators. Thank you again, Terry and Ted. Thanks for jumping in. I'm glad the house didn't blow down with all the wind. But it's been a pleasure as always. And please, we'd love to have you back again. And we're going to see you in June. And hopefully you'll be able to spill the beans to us about your gigantic project. Because I'm waiting with bated breath.
I think in November I should be able to tell you what it is.
All right, we can wait. We can wait.
I can tell you who it's for if you're.
That I was going to say, if I keep guessing, will you just nod in a certain way to get me to stop asking questions?
I can't tell you what the project is, but I can tell you who the company is.
There you
One
go.
of them, anyway.
Oh, wow. Multiple companies.
A little company called Tops.
Oh,
Has
let me start guessing.
Baseball
And
card.
tapped me on the shoulder to do some things for them. So I was like,
Oh, nice.
nice.
Oh, I can't wait. All right. Well, this is gonna be good.
That'll be fun.
Fantastic.
I mean, dream job doesn't really say it. But
Oh, wow.
That's awesome, man. Well, couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Somebody more
thanks.
deserving. I mean,
Thanks.
your portfolio speaks for itself.
It does.
Appreciate it, guys.
Well, on behalf of everybody on our panel tonight, I'd like to say thank you, everybody, for joining us. And guess what? We'll see you next time on another Carvers and Creators. So good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Hey, thanks, guys. Take care.
See ya.